Right, we'll stick you there. Wait for it to get in focus. Earlier today, I was tip-tapping on my phone, and this video popped up. I've not watched it. This isn't a commentary on this video, but I think I can answer it very succinctly. Publishers need to make money, and most people will spend money on something that they know they're going to like. Is the boy wrong? Oh man, I am so sore today. I'd love to say that I was lifting heavy weights in the gym, but my mate messaged me saying, did I want to go to the driving range and play golf? I've never played golf in my entire life. Like, this is a message that I put on the Discord. I was like I'm a little bit panicked about this entire day. But you know what? I did okay. And my mate actually recorded me hitting, I would say, a fairly good shot. Like, it went like 90 yards? Is that what we're measuring in? But look at this video. Like, what a great shot I made. I mean, who needs enemies when you have friends like that, hey? Right, let's get back to talking about books. People want to spend their money on something that they would like. Again, I don't think this is a big stretch. And when you're talking about new release books, in Britain, you were talking easily 20 quid to 25 quid for a new release hardback. And I'll tell you now, that is a ridiculous amount of money during these times. I cannot stress this enough because I don't want to downplay it. Like, personally, I cannot afford 20 to 25 pound on a book. Like, it ain't happening. So when you see people on social media, and it doesn't matter what social media, but when you see people like with stacks like this of brand spanking new books, I'll touch on that. I'll touch on that. Like, I find it somewhat, it's either financially irresponsible or they've been sent for free. We'll touch on it later, I promise. If you are willing to part with that amount of cash for a new release book, you're gonna want to buy something that you like. You want to buy something that you feel fairly comfortable you are going to enjoy. And the reason why all these books feel the same is that the publishers need to make money. They are going to back stories and authors who are going to churn out something that people will part with their cash for. So when it comes to the new releases, you're gonna get a lot of the same characters, stylings, tropes, because no matter if you like it or no matter if you don't like it, it sells. A lot of people, myself included, don't like taking risk when it comes to the art. Most people aren't willing to completely go out on a whim to read, to watch, to engage in something that they feel that they're just not going to enjoy. Some people will, and I've personally done it more out of curiosity or to understand like why some people might enjoy a work, but like 95% of the time I am willing to back things that I personally will enjoy, even though on this channel it appears that I don't like a lot. In fact, the last book that I bought on an impulse that was a buy, I don't actually know where the book is, that's annoying. It was Butcher by Joyce Carol Oates. And what sold me was this little description here. Like, this is really all I was provided. I parted with, what does it say down here? £17 to pick up this book. And this comes on to the next point. This was enough to convince me to maybe give Butcher by Joyce Carol Oates a go. And it was really bad. But nevertheless, that's not the point we're making. The point I'm trying to make is that you have to go on the elevator pitch. And when you have people online, because it's very popular now, to hold up a huge stack of books that they have not read, and they are just going to give you the little synopsis, the little elevator pitch, what's going to convince people to maybe part with their cash is how good that elevator pitch is. And guess what? People are going or are more likely to part with their cash for something that they feel as though they've read before. It's something that they are familiar with, and therefore the money that they are parting with is going to give a good return on investment. They're going to enjoy the work that they have paid for. To quote the philosopher John, it's the circle of life. People talk about the vague synopsis. People part with their cash, they buy the books. That tells the publisher, hey, this thing sells. They then go to authors who write those types of books, who give it to the marketing team, and the marketing team send it out to content creators who ultimately are not talking about the books. They are marketing the books. And that is a distinct, thing. What's the word? This is like the pivotal point. I can't think of the word for the pivotal point. I've gone completely blank. Whatever the word is, it's significant. Look, if you are given a huge stack of books, you can't physically read them all. You can't. If you've just been sent them in the post and you are, not even contracted, but most people will feel obliged to talk about those books. They're going to read the synopsis, and the synopsis has been painfully edited to make it very enticing. And what you have is people who hold up a ridiculous stack of books and give you vague plot points, little summaries that all come with the books. When you receive a book from a publisher, you will get an A4 page that gives you the rundown. It's very easy to talk about a book, I promise you. Content creators, and I myself, if you deem me a content creator, fall into this category. We are ultimately marketers. We are there to market the book at people. Now, this is why I think it's really important that people need to talk about their opinions. Now, I know I've gotten some flack for my opinions, but it's important for people to read these books and be truthful in their opinion. I am less interested in people talking about the new popular thing that everyone really adores. I want to hear the opinions. I want to hear the impassioned pleading of people to read a book that I have never heard of, that I have never come across. The complete deep cut in the library. Something that they've read 5 years ago. I want them holding up going this is the greatest thing ever. As soon as you move into new releases, they all sound the same because they're trying to all tap into that market of people who will part with their cash. And in order to have any deviation from that, you need to either have an outlier in the book world who produces something and people go, that's interesting, and then you'll see the marketing machine kind of kick down that route. Or you have a change in how people articulate books. It's not all about the aesthetics. It's not all about obtaining the new thing. It's about actually talking about what works and what doesn't for different people. And everyone's got an opinion. Not everyone is going to like the same thing. And while people don't like dissidents, they don't like the contrarians, they don't like the naysayers, those people at times are correct. Even if they disagree with me, and even if they disagree with you, sometimes they are correct in what they say, even though this entire thing is subjective. There are many talking points within this video that we could go in depth with. Alas, I only have a 20-minute lunch break and I'm on 18 minutes 28 as of filming right now. We don't have time. But let me put it this way. If you feel that all books are the same, all you need to do is maybe take a risk and pick up something else. Which is why I'm going to read a bit more fantasy. Whoa, petrifying. I'm already preparing myself for the one clever atheist to go, what, you mean more Quran videos? Real original. Real original, buddy. Oh, subhanallah.